In 1990, EMI released the lavish CD box set, This Woman's Work, which gathered together all of Kate's albums to date, plus 2 bonus CDs of non-album tracks, one containing all the single B-sides and the other featuring remixes and rarities. In a rare interview with Q magazine, Kate admitted that she very much saw it as a marking off the end of an era, not least because of the death, since the last of those albums was recorded, of several of her long-term collaborators. Her next work, she said, would find her moving in a new direction, writing organically at the piano again because, she felt, she had gone as far as she could with the creative use of modern technology. But another loss would also greatly inform Kate's next record as, while it was being made, her mother died on Valentine's Day 1992. Meanwhile, Kate scored her biggest hit since the Hounds of Love era with a single taken from an all-star Elton John tribute album entitled 2 Rooms. Her version of Rocket Man, backed by Candle in the Wind, reached number 12 in November 1991 in the UK and was also a huge international hit. In Britain, Kate's presence was maintained in the charts by Leeds-based dance act Utah Saints, whose rave hit Something Good was based around a looped sample from Cloudbusting. A new song, Home for Christmas, featured in the festive comic strip film Wild Turkey, and early in 1993, Kate's version of the theme song to the 1985 Terry Gilliam film Brazil was included on its just-released soundtrack album, despite not being featured in the movie itself. Her new album, The Red Shoes, was finally released in October 1993, to an even more lukewarm critical reception than The Sensual World. Despite this, it entered the UK chart at number 2 and was the most successful of all her albums in America, where its mixture of styles, wide range of ideas and polished, funky sound endeared it to a large audience that had never quite got Kate Bush before. Opening with the dance floor-orientated hit single Rubber Band Girl and the less successful And So Is Love, featuring Eric Clapton on guitar, The Red Shoes won Kate as many new fans as it alienated her old ones. The upbeat Eat the Music is followed by the heartfelt Moments of Pleasure, dedicated to all those that Kate had lost in the last few years. The trio Bulgarka return on Song of Solomon, followed by the Celtic-sounding Lily, and the title track, inspired by the fairy story of the girl who is possessed by a pair of magic shoes and can't stop dancing. Then violinist Nigel Kennedy guests on the bereft-sounding Top of the City and the hard-rocking Big Stripy Lie. Constellation of the Heart is perfect pop, while the funky Why Should I Love You features not only Prince, but also comedian Lenny Henry on backing vocals. The trio Bulgarka return for the closing You're the One, alongside Jeff Beck and Procol Harum's Gary Brooker on organ. The album was accompanied by a film, The Line, the Cross and the Curve, which featured actress Miranda Richardson alongside Kate, and which was given a limited theatrical showing as a substitute for Kate touring the album, before being released on video at the end of 1994. That year, Kate also did a single cover of the Gershwin number The Man I Love, taken from the various artists' tribute album The Glory of Gershwin, which reached number 22 in the UK. And then, everything went quiet.
The trouble is, it takes me so long to do things that I sort of build up a backlog of not being able to do all the things I want. So it's enjoyable for me to get the album finished, and when this promotional work is finished, that means I can launch into a next project. I think I'd always like to be able to make albums. That's something that is very important to me, making music. And apart from that, I think it's experimentation from now on, really.
The simple reason for Kate's extended period of absence from the music business is that in early 1999 she became a mother. Before that, she was simply exhausted and worn out, and coping with both the death of her mother in 1992 and the end of her long relationship with bassist Del Palmer. The father of her son Bertie was guitarist Danny McIntosh, who'd played on the Red Shoes. Kate devoted herself entirely to motherhood. In May 1996, she appeared on the album Common Ground, Voices of Modern Irish Music, singing the 18th century Irish language ballad Women of Ireland, and in November sang backing vocals on My Computer, a track from Prince's Emancipation LP. But then nothing was heard of her after that until October 2001, when she made her first public appearance in 8 years at the Q Awards, accepting the Classic Songwriter Award and saying that while she was working on a new album, it was taking her a little longer than she expected. Kate made a surprise return to the stage in January 2002 when she appeared unannounced as Dave Gilmour's special guest at a concert at London's Royal Festival Hall, joining him to sing the Pink Floyd classic Comfortably Numb to a standing ovation. It was her first live performance for nearly 15 years. In May of that year, she was also honoured with an Ivor Novello Award for her outstanding contribution to British music. But what everyone really wanted to know was, when could we expect her new album? After originally being scheduled for release in 1998, then 2001, and with many assuming that Kate Bush had retired from the music business for good, the confirmation that her 8th studio album would be released in November 2005 was a cause for exultant celebration. The stage was set for her return by Sunderland-based indie outfit The Futureheads, who went top 10 with their version of Hounds of Love in February 2005. Meanwhile, everyone from Björk to Goldfrapp admitted the debt they owed to Kate, and her albums continued to reoccur in best ever lists on TV, radio and in the press. The single King of the Mountain, her first new material in over a decade, was sent out to DJs and journalists in September, a month ahead of its October the 24th release date. It was also made available as a download from September the 27th, just one sign of how radically the music business had changed since Kate's last release. Yet, King of the Mountain sounded nothing if not contemporary. Its electronic beats and atmospheric waves of synthesizer and guitar recalling the lights of Massive Attack, while the lyrics referred to Elvis Presley and Citizen Kane in a meditation on the transient and ultimately unfulfilling nature of fame and success, wondering whether Elvis had in fact just disappeared to escape it all in the end. The long-awaited album, Ariel, was a double CD divided into two movements, A Sea of Honey and A Sky of Honey. Songs included Bertie, about her son and motherhood, and the Joan of Arc referencing Joni. It was released into a musical landscape that, arguably, had changed beyond all recognition since the Red Shoes in 1993. Grunge and Britpop had come and gone, while hip-hop had risen to dominate the global marketplace, and Kate's peers, the pop aristocracy of the 1980s, were by and large now peripheral figures, with only Madonna and U2 remaining centre stage. Even the very methods of music production and distribution had been transformed, thanks to the rise of the internet and digital technology. Times change, but at 47 years old, Kate Bush remains an important artist, one whose work has lost none of its power and vitality over time. She remains almost an archetype, one of the few originals of the last 50 years of music, someone who can comfortably stand alongside Elvis Presley, John Lennon, David Bowie and Johnny Rotten, and maybe a few more who we can definitely say changed the face of popular music by doing something utterly unlike anything that had gone before, yet achieving something so compelling it resonated deep in the hearts of audiences worldwide. The fervour that has greeted her return, even among those who were barely born when she last released a record, is testament to that. Kate Bush is a true artist, and true art, like true love, is eternal.
Thank you for buying Maximum Kate Bush. We hope you enjoyed it. Watch out for further titles on Chrome Dreams coming up soon. If you did enjoy it or have any comments or suggestions, write to us at Chrome Dreams, PO Box 230, New Malden, Surrey, UK, KT36YY, or email on mail@chromedreams.co.uk. Details of our full catalogue are listed on our website at www.chromedreams.co.uk. Thanks again for listening, and goodbye for now.